Question about, if you think about the Invincibles versus Jose Mourinho's Chelsea,
Wow.
who wins that game?
Wow.
Oh, take your time on this one. Come on.
Who's the better team?
question.
I'll ask you different. Who's the better team? Who do you think's the better team, Invincibles or the Chelsea team that you played under Mourinho? Because they're both amazing.
Look, I love both playing in both teams, but what I will say is we couldn't beat that Chelsea team.
I get that.
So
it was tougher physically. Just
when Jose came to the Premier League,
we struggled with it.
Yeah. We could just not beat them.
Yeah, we struggled with it.
We couldn't break them down. I think they win the league 2 years in a row. Whether that's the tactical element, whether that's they're set up better than what we were. Jose effect. But we couldn't beat them.
Yeah, they're a good side.
That's why I don't put the Invincibles as being the best team that I played against, because I think, could beat them. I don't think we could beat the 98 team. They were physical, they were massive. And the same with the Jose team of mid-2000s. They were just physically massive and just very difficult for us to play against in terms of that type of thing. It's interesting that you say that.
Drogba was a player, wasn't it?
Yeah, Drogba. Jesus.
He
changed it, didn't he?
He was unbelievable.
This episode of Stick to Football is brought to you by Arm Clothing. Who's the player? Because I don't remember. We always look back with our careers with rose-tinted glasses, but I don't remember anybody getting the better of you because I feel like you always were one-on-one brilliant.
No, I've been ripped.
Yeah. Who's given you the biggest doing as a sort of left back where you thought, I've been done there, like they've done me, like the player that was toughest for you?
Just one-offs or
the one you caught off the pitch that I couldn't handle him.
Joaquin, Spain away.
In the Bernabeu.
Wow.
Yeah.
He played till he was quite old as well, didn't he, Joaquin?
I got dragged at half time.
Did you?
That's where you threw an orange at someone, wasn't it?
Oh, what?
No, sorry. No, he didn't. You threw your armband. You threw your armband down the floor, didn't you?
It's like an orange.
Did you?
Yeah, I pushed because I should have been sent off. That's why he took me off.
Yeah.
Because I just didn't touch the ball.
What was it about Joaquin? What was it? Because he doesn't give me the... when you think of Joaquin, it wasn't tricky.
No, but he's clever, wasn't he? Clever.
Nah, mate, you get him running at you and he's doing the step-overs and he was physically strong.
Big lad.
Go left. Yeah, he's bigger than you think.
It's great when people say that to a defender. He's not that quick, is he?
Yeah,
let me tell you. Run against him. Try run against these.
Go back to when you break into the Arsenal team and you break in. What year you break in?
It would have been maybe early 2000. Yeah. So apprenticeship 98. So yeah, early 2000.
And it's a whirlwind for you, really. Your success straight away. You win the title in 2001 too.
Yeah. Look, I was just absolutely buzzing to be around these players. At 16, 17, I never ever imagined who I'd be around. The players and what club I would be at. But then you have to quickly understand that you must be doing all right to be in and around these players. You must be at a level that they feel you can compete with these guys. And you have to stand up. And yeah, making my debut was really nerve-wracking. But again, I think the life lessons I learned and the people that I had around me helped me through it.
Was that after the Palace loan?
Yeah, so that was massive for my career, I felt. I went from playing reserve football, which back then was hard because you're playing against senior players anyway, but going to Palace, fighting relegation, going from playing in front of a man and his dog to now crazy Palace fans that are fighting for their lives, you're fighting for people's jobs. I think they was in administration. It was tough. But I've come from Arsenal, I'm cutting tube grip every day, for my shin pads. They're like, no, son, you got to keep them for your first day. From day one to the end of your loan. Tube grips.
I used to cut those every day as well.
I did.
Arsenal, but not a Palace. They have no money.
Tube grip every day for this.
And then it hit me like,
right.
I'm fighting for something different here.
Wow.
Steve Copper was my manager and I loved him. My first training session, he was like, who is this kid? I was way off it.
Yeah.
Like I said, I was shy. I was intimidated by new people, and they were lively. Clinton Morrison, Ian McKenzie, and
I knew you were going to mention Clinton.
Yeah. I love him.
Clinton, you got to love Clinton.
Love him.
Oh yeah.
But they were lively, so I was going into an environment that I've not experienced, and Now I cannot think, I have to survive.
Yeah.
And yeah, that made me really go from a kind of a boy to a man. And that's, you know, that's where I really felt.
Where did you play? Was you playing up further forward? Or?
No, I was left back, but I was just bombing up and down,
right.
taking people on, influential in the final third. I can't believe you said I can't fucking attack. For a minute. Yeah, but yeah, so I had the license to bomb up and down, and yeah, it just meant something to me. And then now I've gained that experience of what it means to really play for 3 points.
Yeah.
And be a group that's fighting for something. And yeah, you go back to Arsenal and play with top players and at the time I just give him the ball. I didn't have a personality now to go.
Is it Perez and Henry that are playing at that time when you first come in?
Yeah, when I first come in, Perez on the left, Thierry, Ray Parla, Vieira. Yeah. Adams, Keown.
I mean, I always say this, that left side of Arsenal, to be fair, there are very few teams that we had to change for, but we definitely changed for that left side for about 3 or 4 years. Your movements with Henry and Perez were, I mean, it was, to be fair, destroyed most teams. You know, the right side where you had Ray Parla and obviously you're a bit more solid.
Yeah.
But on the left side, it was just breathtaking and unbelievable.
It was never coached.
I can't believe. I always used to think at the time that Wenger was a real coach, a real detail man, and that he put these sessions on where all these combinations and rotations of sort of, you know, Perez coming in and Henry coming out, and then you go. I always thought that was coached.
And it was probably a target or right side.
I didn't want to say anything. No, it wasn't. It was we just. I don't know why. Of course, when Thierry first came, I think he played on the left.
On the left.
I
don't think he was. I don't know how good he was when he played off the left, but yeah, that adjustment just worked. I like to bomb up and down. Of course, Robert, right-footed, likes to come inside and open the pitch, and Thierry liked to open his body and finish from his right and open the goal. So it just flowed and just worked. It was nothing. It was like organic. It wasn't planned.
We talk about front threes, don't we, a lot? You know, like, you know, in football, you talk about the Man United one in sort of 07 or we talk about the one at Liverpool, and you think about maybe front twos of the past, but I can't remember almost like a three down the... I mean, you had a great relationship with Beckham, but in terms of like a full-back winger and sort of striker sort of combination, can you think of anything else like that?
Is it weird for the defender all of a sudden to be up against players popping in the mid? You know, as you said, you were probably a Rob. I'm against you. You're a winger. You're trying to get, and all of a sudden lads are going in pockets, and you're like, I don't want to go in there.
Right,
it did create problems.
It took us 2 years to work out, and in the end, I think we actually sort of half cracked it. Where if you followed Perez in as a right back, that's what they wanted you to do, because then Henry would spin out, and then your centre back's going out before you know it, you've changed your centre back and your full backs, and then he would come in, either in or out, before you were done. And that happened to a lot of teams. What we actually did in the end was just stand still. Yeah. So we literally had...
That's a mum. Yeah.
We literally had, say, it was Rio or Yapstam, it was Yapstam probably at the time, or maybe Wes and me. And then in front, we'd probably have, let's say, David Beckham or Alan Solskjaer, and Darren Fletcher would play. And the four of us as a box, stand still. And sometimes you'd be thinking, what's going on? But if the four of you together and you stayed in your positions, there was always one of us near enough to what was going on.
Rotating to...
Yeah, you were rotating into us. So actually, we ended up just standing still again between the end of the box, and it's the only way we could do it. But we used to pack that right-hand side. So let's say Roy was playing. We'd play three in midfield sometimes against Arsenal, where Fletch would come to the right-hand side, Roy would obviously stay in his position, and then Scholesy would be in there. But we'd actually have Fletch just sat there to the right in that channel where Perez would go into, in that pocket.
Yeah.
And in the end, we did okay against him. It took quite a lot of working out that over a year or two.
And then when all that was going on, Freddie Lumber, he was really making runs.
Freddie.
Do you?
Unreal.
Yeah.
That's what we try to coach these young players now, and just older players or whatever. His timing and movement was unreal. Runs between fullback and centre back, he was unstoppable. Unstoppable.
Do you think you were I'm trying to think now. Listen, we do punditry on the game, the Premier League, and we talk about rotations and players moving and fullbacks going into midfield and constant, as I said, movement. I always say that team that you're talking about was the toughest team I ever played against in terms of even European teams because of that. Do you think they were the first team to have what we take for granted now, where everyone's just popping up in different positions? Even when we were playing against yous, and yous were unbelievable.
Yeah, we were
team.
4-4-2.
But like, you knew who you're up against.
Yeah, but I still think we should bring it back. I don't want to be giving them too much praise either. You know what I mean? Really bring it back a little bit. I mean, come on.
No, but Carra has said, to be fair, that's the best team he's ever played against. A lot of teams that played against that team say that they were the hardest team to play against, and I can understand why you would with what was happening, because it was just unbelievable.
Did a bit of everything there.
Who's the